I'd say I'm a little bit of a biohacking productivity nerd in a way because I'm always trying to be more productive, get more work done, feel better throughout the day, get on a sleep schedule, pay attention to I recently learned about sleep chronotypes and I found out that I'm a lion. Which, by the way, if you don't know your sleep chronotype, search that up, and it's very easy to see which one you are. But the idea behind it, at least the way that I interpreted it, is that once you know your sleep chronotype, then you'll know the ideal sleep schedule for you to follow, and also the ideal times of the day for you to focus on, like whether you're a competitive athlete, focus on your workouts or focusing on just getting better with that, or if you're building a business like I am, then basically being able to focus and be productive with your work. And specifically the time frame, like the way that it'll phrase it when you search it up, is like your most productive time, or your productivity peak time or whatever. But basically during that time, I know, okay, that's the time period or the time frame that I need to get my deepest, like most difficult work done. And then the rest of the day I'll focus on like more, I guess you could say, easier tasks like editing videos and stuff like that, instead of actually like scripting them and coming up with them and all those sorts of things. So ever since I learned that, I've been following it, which my schedule and like my sleep chronotype basically says, and I've just experienced personally, that my ideal hours or period of the day for the most productive deep work is from like 6 or 7 in the morning until like noon, which that's literally what the sleep chronotype says for a lion. And that is literally my, like, I already know personally that's my best work period. But anyway, getting back to the main point of this video, because that's not even the point of this video. The real point is when it comes to biohacking, productivity, and all that, to be honest, and energy levels throughout the day, because that's another big one, is actually having energy throughout the day. Because one thing I hate more than anything else is when I try and sit down to get work done and I feel lethargic and tired. Like, it's the worst feeling ever. And I've also noticed that when you start to feel like that and you don't have the energy, that's also when you start to get those like negative emotions and doubt and stress coming to mind. Whereas when you're like energetic and you're feeling it and everything, and for me, when I've got like the caffeine pumping through my veins and stuff and I'm feeling good, like that's when I'm excited about what I'm working on. I can see like the future and where I'm headed a lot more clearly. I'm ready to jump into whatever work I need to do. So that's when I feel my best. And what I found when it comes to like trying to keep myself at that level of energy, productivity, all that stuff for as much as possible comes down to my diet. And I'm going to give you the exact specifics of like what it is that I eat and everything so that you can potentially try it as well. And I got to say, I eat super clean. And what's interesting is that after eating as clean as I have been lately, like not only have I felt so good and my energy levels are through the roof, and I feel like my skin has also looked so much better, and it's not like my acne is not breaking out as bad as it used to, and all those sorts of things. But aside from that, I actually don't want and don't even have the urge to eat bad food anymore. Like, I was up in Vail with my family recently, and one of the things I usually do when I'm up in Vail is I eat a ridiculous amount of pizza, like a lot of pizza. I had pizza one time the whole week I was up there because I found this restaurant, which my family actually introduced it to me, and I love it. It's called El Segundo. It's so good, and their tacos there are amazing. They're so delicious, and they're also really healthy because it's got like, it's not like Taco Bell or something like that. Like, it is fresh, good, healthy food, and it's got, like the veggies in it, the tomatoes, the onions, the obviously the beef and all of that. Like, it's a good healthy meal. And what's interesting is that was like one of the main like lunches I would have throughout the week. And then aside from that, I ate the other foods that I'll mention here in just a bit. But while I was eating that and everything, like the urge to even have a pizza wasn't even there. Like, I didn't even want to eat it. And in the past, like that was what I really looked forward to having while I was up in Vail. It's like, oh, I'm going to have some Vendettas or some Pazzo's pizza. It's going to be so good. But I had no urge for that whatsoever. Like, I literally was thinking about it in my head and I was like, I don't want that like greasy cheese filled pizza. Like, I don't want that. But then the weekend came and it was like the last night that we were there, I think. And the Supercross race was on, and me and my family obviously were gonna sit and watch that. And one of the kind of rituals, I guess you could say, that we have when it comes to when we're up in Vale and we're watching the race is that we always order pizza and we eat the pizza while we're watching the race. Well, that was the one time I had a pizza while I was up there. And what was interesting is that while I was sitting eating the pizza, I was enjoying it, but there was a thought in my head that was like, this is really gross. Like, it's super greasy, like so much cheese, like all this stuff. Like, there was the thought in my mind that this is super gross. It's like, I enjoyed it and I was glad that I had it. But like, after I finished the pizza, literally I was kind of thinking to myself, I was like, that was really gross. Like, I would have much preferred to eat my other food that's so much cleaner, so much better. I already know that my face is probably going to break out with like acne and stuff in the next few days because of eating that and stuff. So that's just an interesting thing that I found from eating clean. So my main point there is that when it comes to eating cleaner and stuff, like if you're worried that by starting to eat clean or whatever, it's going to be boring, or you're still going to have that urge to eat crap, or you just like don't want to eat clean forever. Like, believe me, I still love my ice cream, my cake, my cookies. Like, I still love all that stuff. But if you're worried that you're going to have to almost completely switch to eating clean and then you're never going to be able to eat that stuff again. First of all, that's not true. But second of all, you're actually going to most likely, if you're anything like me, you'll get to the point where you won't want any of that stuff because you actually prefer eating the clean food. And I'm going to tell you right now what I actually eat. And I would say I'm kind of a unique human being. And I can only say that because I've actually heard family members and friends call me crazy for this. And it's that I can eat the same exact thing every single day. And that's exactly what I do. And what I eat is I start my day with, I have protein powder, so I obviously have that. So I'll just mix that with water and I'll chug it down to get my protein in. But aside from that, I'll have, usually I start my day with 6 eggs. So I'll eat 6 eggs every single day. Sometimes I'll just have the egg whites. But more recently, because I honestly feel like I haven't been eating enough, I've been having the yolk as well. So like full-blown 6 eggs. I like to cook it on the skillet and everything. So I'll eat those 6 eggs in the morning. And then for lunch, what I have is, it's my mom's recipe. And it's basically chicken stew. And it's got chicken broth, chicken, celery, and onions, frozen peas, carrots. I want to say edamame beans, if I'm naming that correctly. And and then there's like we put some pepper and stuff in it. Like, I don't know if you've heard of the pepper or whatever you call it, but it's literally called chicken shit. And I know that sounds ridiculous, but if you know what I'm talking about, it is really good stuff. So I use chicken shit, and then the other spice is called special shit. So literally those are the two that I use in it. It tastes so good. Like, this chicken stew is delicious. So that's what I have for lunch. And it's got like everything I need. It's got the vegetables, it's got the protein, but it doesn't have carbs, which I'm actually going to touch on that here in just a little bit. But basically that's what I have for lunch. And I also have that for dinner. So literally my diet consists of eggs, my protein powder, and then the chicken stew. That's it. And then I also started incorporating, because my mom decided to also make a version with beef. So now I am having beef stew as well, but I save it for dinner at night, which there's a specific reason, and it's because that has potatoes in it. And I used to have the potatoes in the chicken stew, but I stopped doing that to improve my productivity and my energy levels throughout the day, which that's the next thing I'm going to touch on, because this is huge. Like, this has been a game changer for my energy, productivity, everything. And also focus with the mind. Like, this eliminated the brain fog that you'll get throughout the day, which if you're a competing athlete and you're training and stuff, the last thing you want is brain fog, especially like when I train for motocross and whenever I'm riding and stuff. Like, the last thing I want is brain fog. I want to be completely focused and in the zone when I'm riding. So this is a big game changer for that. But even for like working on my business and stuff, like, I'm able to be focused, my mind is sharp, all of that. So regardless, that's my food that I eat. And then for dessert, because I do like to have dessert, although sometimes I'm so full by the time it gets to dessert time I can't even really eat anything. But usually I like to end the day with either popcorn, or I'll just have like some ice cream, like some Baskin Robbins, the pints that you can buy or whatever from the store. I'll have like some Baskin Robbins mint chocolate chip, I started eating the cotton candy flavor, which is actually really good. And then Haagen-Dazs, like Haagen-Dazs mint chip, so good. But regardless, that is what I have throughout the day. Like, it's very clean. The only junk food that I have at all is at night, and it's like a little bit of ice cream or popcorn. Like, that's it. That is the only junk that I have. So that's one part of why I feel so good throughout the day. I'm also in like really good shape. Like, I'm super lean. I've got really defined muscles and everything. I want to gain some more muscle weight because I still feel like I'm a little small, but like my physique is genuinely really good. Like, I am in really killer shape. So I think honestly the best shape I've ever been in my life thus far. So I think in a big part of it is because of what I'm eating. Now, jumping into what I was mentioning before about energy levels and stuff, the reason that I removed carbs from my diet, at least until dinner, is because I was watching videos and I was doing some research, like learning a bit more about this. And I learned that what gives you that brain fog and that feeling of like feeling lethargic and low energy and stuff is actually carbs. Like protein and healthy fats, those are what keep your mind sharp. Those are like really, really good. They give you the energy and all that stuff. It's carbs that really makes you feel super tired. It gives you brain fog, kind of makes you feel lethargic, like you want to take a nap. So after learning that, I eliminated carbs from my diet until dinner, which is why basically I have zero carbs until dinner. Like before, my chicken stew would have potatoes, but I started making it without potatoes because that was the only carbs in the chicken stew, really. So I removed the potatoes. And what's interesting is that when I was eating lunch and it included the potatoes, which potatoes have a lot of carbs. So when it included that, I would notice, because obviously I'd have lunch like later in the afternoon and stuff. And usually I have an energy dip in the afternoon anyway. But I would have like a major dip where I could literally fall asleep and stuff. Like right after I'd eat, I'd feel so tired. Like I'd lay back in my chair and be like, "Oh my god, I could fall asleep right now." But after I removed the potatoes and the carbs from the chicken stew, I still eat that for lunch. And what's interesting is I actually eat like a large bowl of it. Sometimes I'll have like 2 bowls of it for lunch. But I feel great afterwards. I don't feel tired. Like obviously you feel that like little bit of tiredness because your body uses energy to digest the food. So that's kind of what lowers your energy level. But I by no means feel exhausted or lethargic like I did before. And I feel like I have more energy, like I refueled and I'm ready to get back after it. So I immediately noticed a massive difference in my energy level and my ability to focus later in the day and just throughout the day when I eliminated carbs. And then once it comes nighttime, what's funny is that I have the potatoes in the beef stew. So, because I still want to get like carbs in, obviously. Like I'm not on a carnivore diet or whatever. Like I still eat carbs and stuff. But I have the carbs in the beef stew. And when I eat that, what's interesting is as soon as I finish like the first bowl or even half of the first bowl, I feel so tired. Like I literally am like about to doze off and fall asleep and feel so lethargic. And I only noticed that and started noticing it when I eliminated the carbs throughout the rest of the day and I saved it for at night. And that's when I actually noticed like, holy cow, like the effect that carbs has on your energy and focus is crazy. So there's just a little hack for you to really improve your productivity and stuff. So to kind of sum up everything that I've said, overall, when you get on a clean diet and you eat super clean, first of all, you're going to feel so freaking good. Like you are going to have so much more energy. You're going to sleep better. You're going to feel better. Your mind is going to be so much clearer. You'll have more focus. You'll be more productive. Like everything. You want to have that brain fog because shitty food is going to give you brain fog. Like period. It's not good for your brain. It's not good for your body. Like anything. Like it is literally, if I heard correctly, like the bad foods and stuff, they have more bacteria, they have more pesticides in it, like all this crap, and your body literally it uses more energy because it has to sort through all that crap. It has to get rid of the shit that's in that bad food, and that is using up more energy. Whereas if you eat clean foods, your body doesn't have to clean all that crap out, so it uses less energy to digest it. I may have said that wrong, but it's something along the lines of that, and it makes perfect sense. So that's why you'll have more energy when you eat cleaner foods, or at least like one of the reasons. So you'll feel way better, and you'll look way better too, because when you eat clean, it'll make it a lot easier for you to get in shape. Even like your skin and stuff will clear up more, which is really, really positive. So that's really great because you'll look better, especially when you go to the coffee shop and stuff and you see the good looking girls and everything. But regardless, like that's another thing. And then Also, after you've eaten clean for a significant bit of time, like you will lose interest in the crappy foods and stuff. Like I did with the pizza, you will literally lose interest in it, and it makes it so easy to eat healthy because you actually prefer it. And I know that might sound crazy. Like you might think I'm crazy. You might think, no way. Like I love my pizza. I love my Doritos way too much. I'm telling you, you will literally not want to eat that food because you're just thinking, you're comparing it and you're like, man, I love eating so clean. I feel good. I look good. Like I don't want to put that crap in my body. Like my brother's training at Rainer Training Complex in Oklahoma, and the guys down there, they call it poverty. They're like, I don't want to put that poverty in my body, meaning like the really crappy food and stuff. So one last like story I'll mention is when it comes to eating clean and everything, and this is when I like really noticed it, which was interesting, is when I was in South Africa, when I was in Cape Town, I would go and work out at Virgin Active. Like that was the name of the gym and everything. And inside the Virgin Actives there, they must have like partnered or whatever, but there's this smoothie bar shop in the Virgin Active, and it's called NU, like NU. And basically I would finish my workout, and as soon as I finished my workout, I would go and get a smoothie. And I wanted to get whatever had the highest protein because I wanted to obviously like get a little bigger, build some muscle and everything. So as soon as I finished my workout, like once again, I don't know the sciencey terms behind this, but like you're basically tearing your muscle fibers or something when you're working out, and then right afterwards you want to consume protein so that you can kind of fill them back up so that when they grow back or whatever, they grow back stronger. Like something along the lines of that. I don't know exactly how to phrase it correctly, but regardless, I just wanted to consume protein right after my workout. So I would go to the smoothie bar, and what was interesting is that I would get this smoothie, and the name of it, I swear, I wish they would change it, but it's called the Nutter. It's called the Nutter, but it's because it's literally got a ton of peanut butter and stuff in it. And I usually am not a fan of peanut butter, unless if it's mixed with chocolate, meaning Reese's. I'm not a big fan of peanut butter. However, when I first started drinking the smoothie, I like the first many times that I went to the gym and had the smoothie, I actually didn't like it. Like I have this trick that my cousin taught me where if I like hold my breath through my nose or whatever, like I'm doing it right now, then whatever I'm eating, I can't taste it. Like I can't taste it at all. I don't know how it works, but like I won't be able to taste it. I was doing that with the smoothie for the first while that I was having it. But after I kept having it and stuff, I actually like my palate adjusted to it, and I actually started to really like it. Like I started to enjoy it as much as I would like a mint chocolate chip milkshake from Baskin Robbins. Like I liked it that much to where I started going to the gym and I'd order two. Like I'd order two of these big things of smoothies, and I'd drink them both because I liked it so much. And I started to actually one of the motivations of going to the gym became the fact that afterwards I got to reward myself with that smoothie. And what I found very interesting is that I didn't actually like it that much at first, like at all, to where I didn't even want to taste it. But over time, I got to the point where I liked it so much. Like I actually miss that smoothie so much right now. I can't wait to go back to South Africa literally so I can have that smoothie. But I liked it so much that I actually looked forward to it, and it was a reward. And I actually wanted to drink so much of it. Like I would order two at a time. So that's another example where I found like after sticking to it for a while and eating something very healthy and clean, like your palate actually adjusts to it and makes you enjoy it even more. It's more difficult when you're bouncing from like healthy to unhealthy, because like the unhealthy foods, like for example, if I was to drink that protein shake and then I went home and drank a Baskin Robbins mint chocolate chip milkshake, like most likely I actually wouldn't enjoy the protein shake very much, because the mint chocolate chip has all this sugar and all this stuff that my body and my like palate or whatever just naturally is like, oh yes, like this is so good. But if you eliminate that and you eliminate the crap and the mint chocolate chip milkshake and everything, then your body will naturally just adjust to the healthier foods and actually prefer it. And you'll like it a lot, and you'll like it even more. So anyway, I'm rambling at this point, but I just wanted to talk about that. So I summed that up. Basically, eating healthier and cleaner, you'll actually adjust to it to where you actually prefer eating that way, and you won't want any of the crap. You'll feel so much better. And then aside from that, the other point is that if you want to be more productive, you want more energy throughout the day, you want less brain fog, and you want to be able to focus on whatever it is that you're doing and perform at your peak, I highly recommend, this is based on my personal experience, eliminate carbs from your diet, at least for the period of the day that you're focused on whatever your craft is. Like if it's your sport, your business, whatever it is, eliminate carbs during that period and just have carbs like at night for dinner or something before you go to bed. The difference you will notice is insane, and it's immediate. Like I'm telling you, it's immediate. So it's unbelievable. So anyway, I really, really hope that was helpful. If it was, then feel free to subscribe. Also check out my school community, the Champion Protocol, down below. What we're doing in there is absolutely insane. Got some incredible course content. You'll be able to hop on calls with me, chat with me, ask questions, whatever. Really good stuff. So check that out below. And with that being said, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.